everyone, it's Clarice, and it is June 6th. The Tome Topple Readathon technically started yesterday, but I was busy with other things, so I wasn't able to really start reading yet. So yesterday I did finish reading The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde, which has nothing to do with the readathon, but I just wanted to try to finish the books I was currently reading first before I got to those readathon books. And so in line with that, right now I'm not actually reading any of the books on my TBR yet. I'm currently reading Persepolis 2. But after I finish this morning, I will go to class, and in between classes, I'm going to be reading Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson on my phone. And I'm hoping to get a good chunk of that book read today. Well, I have to because I'm buddy reading it with my friend, but it's a Sanderson book. I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with it. So yes, I'll just update you later or tomorrow or something. So it's June 7 now, and yesterday I didn't actually get that much read because of class mainly, but I did get until the end of chapter 4 of Warbreaker as of this morning. And even though I'm barely into the book, the magic is already ridiculously fascinating, and I'm so interested to learn more about it. So hopefully I can get more of it read today than I did yesterday and this morning. Plan is to read this chapter and eat this cake before I go to class and try to read some more between classes, but we'll see how well that works out. But anyway, I guess I'll update you later. Good morning, it is Clarice, and as you can tell, I still need to dry my hair, but before I get to that and to running to class, just a few things. First of all, it is currently Friday, June 10, and I think the last time I talked to you was Tuesday morning. So what have I been reading since then? Basically on Tuesday, I told you about how I was going to read chapter 5 of Warbreaker, and that was all I read for the rest of the day. So I haven't been reading at the pace that I wanted to, mainly because I've been busy and there have been other things on my mind, and one of those people that if there are other things on my mind, it gets hard for me to do anything that's not related to that. And lately I've been thinking about a lot of things, mostly thesis, but we're in a pretty stable place there. We already have a topic and a thesis advisor, so we're good. So yesterday I was actually able to get a lot of reading done, and as of this morning, I am 40% through Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, and it is amazing so far. That being said, even though I really want to read more, I doubt I'm gonna get that much read within the next couple of days. Mainly because even though I'm in the middle of a readathon, after class, me and the other members of my research lab are going to be having a hackathon. And before you ask, a hackathon is not an event wherein we try to bypass website security or one wherein you try to hack into a system. The term hacking is not necessarily what you think it is. I guess you can just Google it, but basically we're just going to be programming for hours and hours and hours. We're not going to sleep. This is going on throughout the night, and I'm gonna be so sleep deprived tomorrow morning. It's gonna be so much fun. That's what I'm going to be doing. Maybe I'll get some reading done, we'll see, but I'm not expecting to, and I guess I'll just update you when I can. So I have to dry my hair, go to class now. Bye! So my hair's still dry and puffy. It'll calm down a bit later, I promise, but before I leave, I forgot. I just wanted to point out this shirt. It's R2-D2's flying all over my shirt, and I love it, and I think it's awesome. Anyway, now I'll go to class. That was irrelevant. Bye! Hi, so it's Sunday, June 12, and as expected, I didn't get much read during the hackathon because yesterday, after I got back, I basically just slept. Last night, I slept for 11 hours straight. So yeah, I only got a bit read. Currently, I'm 51% through Warbreaker, though I realized recently that the last, 16% of the ebook is actually just chapters from other Brandon Sanderson books, like sample chapters. So I'm more like 60% through it, which is great. So hopefully I can finish by tomorrow. We'll see how that works out. Good morning, it's Monday, meaning that it's June 13 currently. And last night I was able to read until 75% of Warbreaker, and I'm hoping to read the last fourth of that book today. I have class in an hour, but I have some time to read, so maybe I'll get a couple of chapters read, and then I'll go to class. So after I read Warbreaker, I'm going to be reading Readathon, which is massive, and so it's over 1,000 pages, so I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it by the end of the readathon. I'm hoping to finish Warbreaker today. It's so good. It was really hard to get myself to stop reading yesterday, and then hopefully I can get to Readathon soon. Now time to read, and then go to class. Bye. Hi, it's Clarice, and the day I said I finished Warbreaker, I finished it, but after that, I didn't read at all. Why did I think it was a good idea to participate in a readathon while I was at school? I don't really know. Warbreaker was great, but when I finished that, I just didn't feel like reading anymore, if that makes sense. I felt like doing other things. I haven't even been watching booktube videos because I'm just not in the mood for it, but oh well. Oh, I've also been playing music. The only instrument I know how to play and I'm physically able to play is the ukulele, so that's all I've been playing, even when the songs aren't ukulele-ish songs. I've been doing that. So I haven't started reading the at all, even though I'm excited to read it. I brought a few graphic novels with me to the condo actually, but I haven't read any of them. We'll see if I feel like reading later on in the week, but as of right now, I don't feel like I'm going to. I'm just gonna continue singing now because I like singing a lot. I'm not much of a ukulele player, but I only play the ukulele so I can sing with it. So yes. Come on, skinny love, just last the year. Pour a little song you will never hear. My, my. Staring at the sink of blood crushed beneath. Hi, it's June 17th and I still have not read. This is turning out to not be a readathon vlog and just like a vlog. But I just got home and I found out that Bands of Mourning just came in the mail. If you don't know, this is the third book in the second Mistborn series, the one with Wax and Wayne. And I actually have time today and actually kind of feel like reading again. So maybe today I will read Reamdi, but maybe I'll read this. I'll see how I feel, but I think I'm gonna try reading Reamdi, and if I'm just not getting into it, then I'm just probably gonna read Bands of Mourning instead. And it doesn't quite reach 500 pages, it's 400 something, but doesn't matter. I did read one tome this readathon, that's fine. What I'm doing right now is I am trying to learn how to play the cajon. Because we've owned the cajon for a while. We've had one in the house for a while, and yet nobody in my family knows how to play it. And I figured, why don't I try to learn how to play it? So yes, after watching one YouTube video, this is what I've got so far. So that's the best I can do so far. This vlog isn't turning out to be very readathon-y, is it? I'm sorry. I surprisingly have a lot of time and not many responsibilities today, so that's new, and maybe I'll get around to reading. If I do, I'll tell you. So, bye for now. Hi, it's Clarice, and it's Sunday, June 18, 19, 19. 19, yes. And it is the last day of the readathon. It's technically night, but the readathon isn't over yet. What I've done so far, I played some more cajon. What I've done so far reading-wise is I did not start reading in spite of how many times I said it I would. I instead started reading Bands of Mourning. I'm currently at chapter, what chapter? It's 12. I'm currently at the beginning of chapter 12. I'm not actually reading right now. I'm watching Zootopia with my boyfriend. But I'm hoping to read until chapter 19 today, which shouldn't be a problem because I flew through it yesterday. And yesterday I did read something else. I read Black Sad, which is one of those comics that I've been wanting to read for a while and I've owned for a couple of weeks now. It was so real, even though like all the characters are animals, just felt so real and so honest and like did not hold back, and the art was so good. And I'm looking forward to getting the second volume sometime soon. That's the readathon so far. I will not complete all the challenges by the end of the readathon because I'm not following my TBR at all. So yeah, I'll update you tomorrow about like basically everything that happened. Hi, so I realized that I never filmed the end of the vlog, so I figured I'd do that now. Just to wrap things up, I started this readathon by finishing the books that I had planned to read before the readathon, which were The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde by Junot Diaz and Persepolis 2 by Marjan Satrapi. And then after that, I read Warbreaker, but took much longer than I expected to read it. I was just a lot busier and wasn't in as much of a reading mood as I expected to be. I was also able to read Black Sad by Juan Diaz Canales, and then after that, I ended up, instead of reading Reamdi, which I kept mentioning the whole week that I was going to read, I ended up reading until half of Bands of Mourning by the end of the readathon. So yes, this readathon ended up just being a lot of Brandon Sanderson, a lot of not actually reading, and some graphic novels and part of the book that I was reading before the readathon. Overall, it was still a nice experience. It was, even though I didn't follow my TBR exactly, I was glad that I was able to read the books that I did. I was glad I didn't really pressure myself into reading too much this readathon. And I hope that through this vlog you were able to see some of the other things I enjoy doing aside from reading. Hopefully I can review these books soon because some of them, Bands of Mourning especially, I still need time to process a little bit. So yes, even though it was all over the place, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you participated in this readathon as well, please tell me in the comment section below what you read and how the readathon went for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!